Good morning, everyone. This is State Climatologist Gary McManus with your Mesonet Weather Report. Well, we are having a classical springtime setup here in Oklahoma with lots of severe weather, lots of rain in some places, but not so much in other places. Let's get right to the new drought monitor map and take a look at that rainfall after that. So as we take a look at this week's map, it's basically the same as last week's map except for those increases. So we do have that extreme drought, the red, from southwest up through central Oklahoma. Also that bit in the Panhandle covering Beaver County, and also over in east central Oklahoma. And of course southeastern Oklahoma continues in that extreme drought as well. And surrounding that we have the severe to moderate drought, just a little bit of abnormally dry conditions down in southeast Oklahoma. And remember, this reflects rainfall up to Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. So anything that fell after that point goes on next week's map. Taking a look at that consecutive days with less than 1/4 inch of rain, map from the Oklahoma Mesonet, we can see the problem area right off, and that's in the Panhandle in far northwest Oklahoma. 41 to 145 days through Wednesday without at least 1/4 inch of rainfall in a single day. Now across the rest of the state, southeast Oklahoma, we're getting up close to 2 weeks. Some areas in northwestern and west central Oklahoma also getting close to that. So we do need a good general rainfall over most of the state, but especially up in northwest Oklahoma, the Panhandle, and southeastern Oklahoma. So the rainfall over the last week, it does show up really nicely from southwestern Oklahoma up through northeast Oklahoma, just to the southeast of the I-44 corridor. Some pretty good rainfall amounts out in Canadian County, then up into north central Oklahoma. But again, if you take a look, and this is through Wednesday morning, so if you take a look at southeast Oklahoma and much of the northwestern third of the state, way too much of that light blue to white color showing those rainfalls of less than 1/4 inch. When we get to the 30-day rainfall, again through Wednesday, we can see those same areas seem to be getting the best rainfall from southwest up through northeast Oklahoma, where they have a good 5 to, in some cases, as much as 9 inches. Surrounding that, we have 2 to 3 inches to the northwest and southeast. And again, at the 30-day point, northwestern Oklahoma just dire in need of rainfall, where they have less than 1/4 inch in many cases. Now let's take a look at next week's precipitation outlook. We do see from the Climate Prediction Center increased odds of above normal precipitation across the entire state, maybe a little bit higher down in southeast Oklahoma. But if this would come true, it would certainly help those areas across the western third of the state that really need that rainfall, especially northwestern Oklahoma and the Panhandle. Springtime in Oklahoma is pretty simple. If you get a chance for severe weather, you also have a chance of rainfall. That's both good and bad, unfortunately. But we will certainly take the moisture. That's it for this time. We'll see you next time on the Mesonet Weather Report.